Another mystery, magical, monstrous unboxing. I'm your host, Boat, and thank you for joining me on this quest of unboxing stuff, new stuff for the Amigos library. This particular haul comes to us directly from Germany. Our boy Roushi over on the Discord has provided us with a whole bunch of stuff. So we have 3 boxes here, small, medium, and monster size. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's see, I think one thing I might do before we get going is see if I can pop out this chat. The Twitch interface is still somewhat of a mystery to me. Let's see, we need to go to this, and then, yeah, there we go. Okay, and we might as well advertise the fact that we are live on Twitter, so we can do that. Okay. Unfortunately, it's still showing up as Halloween Spooktacular on Twitch. I don't know how to really make that update all across the social medias, because it does look correct here on my stream information on Twitch. I don't know. But anyway. Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. Hello, Pixels, and welcome. Yeah, so this is an early stream. I'm actually getting ready to leave town in just over an hour and a half. Just under an hour and a half. I'm going to be winging my way to West Virginia University for a band director clinic with my colleagues, the other middle school band directors in the county. We're all going together. That's true, Roushi. Aaron he's a connoisseur of the fine wine that is professional wrestling. I got my fancy water. I'm very excited because I went to the Walmart yesterday and bought a new CO2 canister for my SodaStream. I'm still yet to find a place that they in theory they recycle these and you can get a new one for super cheap. You turn in your old one and get a new one. I still haven't found a place around here that does that though. So the hunt continues, but now I have 2 canisters, so that's a good thing, I guess. Here we go. Box 1. Let's see. Get the old thing out. Let's make sure I don't cut my finger off. Slice this bad boy open. I was very surprised. I knew this was coming, or else she had told me, but it arrived ultra soon. And so, okay, we'll sit this down beside us. And coming up first, mystery box. Oh yeah, you can't ship anything these days. It's really hard. Ooh, I see the artwork of Roger Dean lettering on here. Okay, so it looks like we have some Spectrum cassettes. These are in real boxes, which is ultra cool. I have very few Spectrum games that come in their original cardboard boxes. This is Obliterator for the ZX Spectrum, a Psygnosis published game. Yeah, I don't think I've played this one before. This one, it always comes up when we talk about it on the show. But, when we talk about Psygnosis, there are other things. So I'm looking for this. The guy on the front really looks like a robotic Sigourney Weaver alien. So, yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to receive that, Pixels. I just love, especially with the Div MMC Future. what I'm going to do is I'm going to play all these games. I'm going to have the manuals and the cassette inlays at the ready. So Ghostbusters 2 is next in the docket. Big picture of, I think his name is Virgo on the back there. So then this is the Spectrum cassette. So actually it's pretty heavy. Let's see what we got in here. Maybe got some feelies. Oh, okay, this was unexpected. Inside there's another game. That's why it was heavier. Doc the Destroyer. So, yeah, check that out too. Huh, weird. All right. Virgo the Carpathian. Okay, and finally, this is still sealed, and it shall remain sealed. This is a Pro Tennis Tour Great Courts, the Ultimate Tennis Simulation. This is for the Spectrum K7. I don't know what that means. Did you guys tell me what that means? I can tell you that the screenshots on the back of this, it says they represent the Amiga version. So probably not going to look like this, but yeah, Pro Tennis Tour, super awesome. Okay. Oh, now this looks great. Okay, so first up, we have from Leisure Genius, which is a great title for a publisher, Cluedo, the great detective game. Cluedo, you want to watch board game people fight to the death? Get a British person and an American person talking about what is the correct name of this game. And, you know, the British people will say, well, it's Cluedo because it's some reference that only we get because we're from England. They shouldn't have changed the reference and made it just Clue for Americans, even though Americans wouldn't get the reference because they don't have that other property. And then it goes back and forth forever. There's like a 17-page thread on Board Game Geek all about it. Make sure you check that out if you want to feel like you're dying. This is Waddington's Cluedo. All right. Yeah, very cool. And you even got your little detective notes just like you do in the real game. I will definitely be checking this out. I wonder if there is a one-player option. Just look in here real quick. Yeah, you can play against the computer. That's fantastic. I don't think I've ever played a computerized version of Clue before. So, Clue 0. All right. Durrell software. This thing looks like it was checked out from a public library. It's got one of those kind of cases. This is Combat Links. Kempston ProTech Interface 2 Downsway. Just tuck that into the old brain. This is one of the most advanced battle simulation programs ever seen on a home computer. So I'm always interested in the simulators for the Spectrum because they had to be so much less sophisticated than the ones on the Amiga, which are mega sophisticated. So there's also a £100 reward. If your copy of this game does not have a blue plastic cassette body with the word Durrell embossed upon it, it's a forgery. You can turn it in for £100. Let's see if this one does. It does. So Durrell actually manufactured their own tapes, Durrell branded tapes. I can't help but think that did not cut down on the amount of forgeries, unfortunately. That's cool, Pixels. Yeah, I'd never seen these kind of plastic. They remind me of like early VHS, like clamshells and things. Okay. Inside this little package here. All right. We've got Marble Madness construction kit. This is one that was already in the collection, but I don't believe that it was for the Specky. I think the one that we have is for either the Amstrad or the Amiga or something. So definitely can't wait to look at the construction set for Marble Madness. This is a Your Sinclair mega game. Thank you. Thank you. And is this, wait a minute. This is another copy of Doc the Destroyer. Roushi really wants us to play Doc the Destroyer because we got it. It's the game so nice, you got it twice. Okay, and that's going to do it for box number 1. A healthy box, a mighty box. But now it's, oh no. So it's a little mini packet inside here. Okay. Paul, I do not know the answer to that question. Oh, no problem, Roushi. No problem at all. Check this out. This is still on the shelf card tag here. This came from Toys R Us, which I didn't even know they had in the UK. It was £2.97. So it was 2p cheaper than the suggested retail price of $2.99, or the RRP, I guess they say in England. This is Action Force International Heroes. Looks very similar to G.I. Joe. Was G.I. Joe just called Action Force in the UK? Because, I mean, this is like a direct copy. Yeah. Okay. Now we are officially done with the first box. So let's go on to the second box. This one is much more mighty in girth and weight, although it is not quite as big as the biggest box. And, open it up here. Oh, it's also quite heavy. All right. It was still called G.I. Joe? Yeah. This is there's Action Force there, and I mean, it is a direct ripoff of G.I. Joe. So if maybe they did it with permission and just thought the name G.I. Joe wouldn't translate across the pond, I don't know. But this is, I mean, you see the Cobra Commanders on there, Storm Shadow. So yeah. That's true. That's true, Roushi. Okay. Oh man, this thing it's tape-a-mania is running wild on this box, which is good because when you ship stuff overseas, you have to do that. It's not an option. All right. I'll try this one. All right, we got it this time. Okay. First up, this looks like, this takes me back to when I used to do the Magic the Gathering. I had about 40 million of these, all full of Black Lotuses. Oh, this is not games. This is something else. It's sweet, sweet Spectrum mugs. Look at this. You guys know, you might know, I'm a big coffee guy. And I'm always looking for new, awesome mugs. This is a matching set of ZX Spectrum mugs for me and A. So I will be presenting him with one of these mugs on the show this week. In fact, it's so awesome. It's got all the hits. You got all the Manic Miner dude. You got your jetpack guy, head over heels, hard hat Harry, the guy from the chicken game, other dude. Yeah, this is awesome. I love it. Ah! Yeah, got to make sure all the Horus stays off here. Luckily, Horus not appearing on this mug, so it's a blessing. Okay, I will drink coffee out of that. Not tomorrow because I'll be in Morgantown, but on Tuesday morning. Okay, now we enter the long, long sheath of cassettes. Unroll. Unroll. All right. So, let's just go through these one at a time. First up, this is these are all Specky tapes, I believe, as I glance through here. This is 3D Pinball. Now, we played a game on the Amiga called First Person Pinball, and it was absolute garbage. This looks much better. This is a pinball game just set on a sort of like a tilted perspective. Sure plays a mean game of pinball on the back of the box, capitalizing on that recent hit. I will definitely check that out because I love pinball. The Fifth Quadrant. This is, it says, the ship has been taken over by the Zim. Can you free the robot crew? This is a isometric, looks like a Maniac Mansion style game, or at least that perspective. Pretty cool. You don't see that too often on the Spectrum. The Fifth Quadrant, Ricochet by Mastertronic, which I think Ricochet might have been the bonus or the budget label. Ticket to Ride, based on the popular board game. Oh no, this is not at all. This is in a translucent, or not, opaque. The aim of the game. That doesn't tell me too much. I have no idea what this thing is. It looks very, very complicated. I may have to consult World of Spectrum for that. Ticket to Ride. She don't care. Okay. Up next is Action Reflex, another Ricochet release. And this is, looks kind of like Whizball. Looks kind of like Whizball. Action Reflex. Okay. And Advanced Soccer Simulator. Just when you thought you'd played all of the advanced simulators, they come out with Advanced Soccer Simulator. $2.99 right out of the gate. This superb simulation offers all the thrills and heartbreaks of the real thing, from cup glory to nerve-wracking battles against relegation. They need to introduce relegation in some of our American sports. All right. Next up, Airwolf. Aaron will be happy about this since this is his ringtone. Man, this looks great. Oh, it's because it's the Amstrad screenshot. Oh no, the Spectrum screenshot looks pretty good too. This is an Elite Microsystems game republished by Encore. This is a Crash Smash. So yeah, Airwolf. I remember reading an article about Elite in the in Retro Gamer where they talked about that. This one is Amarote. This is looks like your monotone, monochromatic, isometric adventure in the same vein as something like Ant Attack, but with larger, more detailed graphics. Amarote. That's true, Roush. They should let Alabama take the Browns' place. Okay, this is American Turbo King for the Magnum Light Phaser, but it's also joystick or keyboard compatible. We don't have a light phaser for our Specky, but I'm glad to know that you can play this. Oh, I remember this is Kim Justice was talking about this game, I believe, on her 100 best Spectrum games list. I believe this looks very familiar. You play you're shooting things as your car is driving around. It's a weird kind of deal. I may, Roushi. I'll have to check the list or just walk over to the shelf over there. Okay, up next is Androids. This looks totally old school Mega Man 1 like art, box art. This is for the 16K as well as the 48K. And this is all of the label production that you've come to expect from early Spectrum releases. There's some handwritten instructions in here, load code. So I will check that out. Interesting. It wouldn't work on the 48K. I wonder why that is. When you think about the way that a light gun actually works, you know, it's very non-CPU intensive. Up next is Angle Ball, and this is a futuristic billiards simulator. A traditional game of pool, but played on an amazing, unique, hexagonal table. Angle Ball. It's how we'll all play pool in the future. Okay. This is Barbarian 2. For some reason, they chose not to include Maria Whitaker on the cover. That was probably a mistake from their sales team. Was probably like, what are you doing? Because that was probably the big reason why Barbarian 1 sold in the numbers it did. This looks pretty good. Even on the Spectrum. Never mind. It looks pretty bad. Looks like there is a little instruction booklet inside here. Plus there's a pretty thick cassette inlay. They did their job well there. Okay. You know, I've never played Lunar Pool, Roushi. In fact, I don't know how many pool games I played on the original NES. Most of my pool was done on the PC, you know, just with the mouse and all that. And before then, I had a pool game on my my CGA IBM PC. Oh boy. We're going to have to start taking off from this side. Oh, actually, Roushi, I didn't realize this until just now, but you put these in alphabetical order for me, and I'm destroying that order right now, but I will put it back. Next up is Ball Blazer. This one has a big picture of a gun on the back. Oh, this is Ball Blazer from, it's Ricochet. That's okay. This is the Atari 8-bit original release, Ball Blazer from Lucasfilm. The simplest, fastest, most competitive sport in the known universe. I will be interested. I just played that on the Atari 8-bit stream last week, which is going to be released on YouTube this week, or you can just watch it on Twitch. But I'll be interested to see how the Spectrum version moves at the how close it moves to the speed. It looks pretty good, although the screenshots are from the C64, so never mind. Yeah, I've got a CRT, Paul. So that is not an issue. Next up is Booty. This is from Firebird Software, and this looks like a game that's right up my alley. It's a single screen platformer, very similar to a Miner 2049er. So very cool. There was like Firebird, Rainbird, and Silverbird were the 3 bird softwares. Shake it. Should I open it up? Is there something in there? Sounds like a tape. Okay. Oh, what kind of a connect? Does it require a special, how does it connect to the system, Pixels? Oh, shaking the boot. Right over my head, Roushi. That's why you need Aaron here. He catches all that stuff. That makes sense, Pixels. Such a shame. Maybe one day I'll run across a 128K, and then it'll be on. Okay. Coming up next, Boskonian for the ZX Spectrum. This is a game of games. I love Boskonian. So I'll definitely have not played the ZX Spectrum port of this yet. So I will be checking that out. Boskonian's great. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Sort of like an Amiga keyboard on the 1000, or like the Mac, the classic Mac. Oh, here's a lovely title. I can imagine this thing just flew off the shelf. I knew if I was a kid looking for a new Specky game to play, I would choose Chubby Gristle, the fat policeman. Chubby Gristle is probably the fattest and most obnoxious car park attendant you'll ever come across. Boy, can't wait to play as him. So, we will try that and see how that goes. It is a Bug Bite Premiere release. I remember when I volunteered at Oxfam when I was in Sheffield, I was in charge of the LPs, and we got a ton. There was this a man unfortunately passed away young, and he left his whole record collection to Oxfam, and he had really great stuff, but it was weird stuff, weird for me at least. And there were a ton of releases by this band called Throbbing Gristle. And man, the record collectors descended like hawks once they found it out. There was a selection of Throbbing Gristle records, which I think was a man and woman duo from somewhere in the UK, and it was a pre-industrial sort of stuff. So yeah. All right, next up is Codename Matt 2. Yes, that's right. Codename Matt 2. Matt, Defender of the Universe, is on his most dangerous mission yet. This is a first-person space shooter game, not unlike a Wing Commander or something like that. Codename Matt 2. Up next, Colony for the Spectrum. This is this is a total ripoff of. It looks very similar to Ant Attack. It's cold, wet, and miserable. The humans are complaining again, and this lousy planet's occupants are still trying to chew through the fences. In short, life is less than wonderful as the one and only patrol droid. Keep the colony thriving against odds, aliens, and lousy schedules in this all-action arcade strategy game. That actually sounds pretty darn interesting. Huh. Colony. Bulldog Software. Interesting. Up next, Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future. This guy is right out of the 40s. One of the most famous, that's where he comes from. One of the most famous comic strip heroes ever comes vividly to life in this superb arcade adventure. I'm not aware of Dan Dare. Maybe he was only in England, or maybe I don't know, because this is a huge gap in my own personal knowledge. Again, I'll ask Aaron about this and see if he knows of Dan Dare. Okay, this is Dundarak. It's got a big standing stone on the front of it. And boy, that is just impenetrable flavor text on the back. Being a tale from the early years of Cúlaitheann the Herd, in which Cúlaitheann strives to free Log the Charioteer from the timeless city of Dundalk, where he is imprisoned by the sorceress Scar. Yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't tell us much. We'll have to check it out for ourselves. But I do like a good game based on a standing stone. 50s to 60s. Okay, so I was a little off. And finally, from Arctic Computing, another exciting arcade game, 3D Dimension Destructors. No screenshots on the inlay. We'll have to take their word for it that it is in 3D. They do put it 3 times in ever increasing font. which leads me to believe it has to be true. Yeah, so another great game. This is Arctic Computing. I guarantee you, I was going to say, these guys have got to have their address on here somewhere. They do. It just seemed like they would be one of these companies that would print the whole thing right there. Main Street, Brandisburton, Driffield, YO258RL. Oh, okay. Yeah, not being a comic guy, it's just I have so many gaps in my knowledge. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a quick time check here. We got more time. So Roushey, it seems, has just sent me in an entire Spectrum collection. It's insane. It's insane in the membrane. Okay. Next, Elevator Action. There's some whimsical art there. The classic arcade game. In this version, everybody's a kid. Taito. Or Tato if you're from West Virginia. Then we got Fighting Warrior. This looks like a international karate type deal. Or maybe a karateka. But it's set in Egypt. Set in Egypt. And another copy of Fighting Warrior. That one's for the 48K. This one is for the 48K, 128K, and plus 2. Most likely the same game. Formula One Simulator, which I believe we've already got a copy of this, but I have some ideas on what we're going to end up doing with these dupes. So it will not be forgotten. Frank Bruno's Boxing, best-selling Gallup, #1 boxing simulation. Frank Bruno's Boxing, a classic title, although let's be honest, not great. Here is the game's Winter Edition, Kicks release, of course originally by Epix. Winter Games, an underappreciated games game. I especially enjoy the biathlon section. We've not played the Spectrum version yet, so have to check that out. Gemini Wing. This has got okay. It seems to be like 2 or 3 different games on the back here. It seems that there's so much difference. It says these screenshots may be taken from a different version. It was the version that did not see release. But anyway, Gemini Wing. Yeah, Ski Jump is also great. Oh yeah, were all the Kicks games that red and blue kind of, it's like an erupting stained glass window full of awesome. You got your Glider Rider. This is I remember this one from last time too. It's an isometric type game, so pretty cool. And Grand Prix Simulator. Can't ever have too many copies. Okay. I'm going to transfer these to another portion of the table. Actually, yeah, I want to keep that section free. I have almost entirely cleaned up after the Classic Computer Club meeting last night. I was pretty happy with the way that our workspace worked out. And even though we didn't have as many cameras on as many parts of the action, I felt like it was a more focused effort. So I was happy with that. And I could always just, I could read the chat from across the room on a remote closed circuit television. And so I could yell out stuff as I needed to. Okay. So, womp, womp. Well, I've done that in the wrong way, as they've all flipped over on me. All right. Okay. So up next, we've got Cat Trap. This is another bug. Man, Bug Bite was very prolific on the Spectrum. I didn't realize that. Cat Trap, Planet of the Cat Men. This appears to be, maybe an adventure type game. Unsure. Kind of reminds me of like a Kokotoni Wilf perspective. Don't know much about Cat Trap. Hey, Barkbit, welcome. Oh yeah, it's all cassettes all the time. Here's Kgb Super Spy. This is a helicopter game. Looks very similar to Airwolf. It's a new release from Codemasters, and it's designed by a defector. Oh, so you know it's hot, real, authentic action. I'd like to know the story of the Soviet defector that designed this game for Codemasters. Okay, this is Kickboxing in the silver 199 range by Firebird Software. This looks like a Last Ninja type game. I'm always up for a kickboxing game that's not Panzer Kickboxing, although I like Panzer Kickboxing too, but there just aren't that many. So we'll definitely check that out. Kickstart 2, Course Designer. We tried to play Kickstart last night on the a computer club, and I kept falling through the environments. I did not understand how it worked on the Atari or if it was even working properly. This is Kickstart 2 plus Course Designer, the inspiration for something else we played. ATV Simulator, kind of similar to Kickstart. And of course, Discord folks, you need to seek out the link to the junior Kickstart video that somebody posted on there. Hilarious commentary from a clearly disinterested guy who's just sort of going through the motions, but in the most entertaining way possible. Fantastic. Okay, the benefactor is me. Oh, wait a minute. The benefactee is me. The benefactor is our boy Roushie right here in the chat. Next up is Nighttime. Forward into the Night by MAD Games. Mastertronics Added Dimensions. Time and Tide, Wait for No Man, it says in here. This is an adventure game. He's transported, a Magic Knight's been transported to the 25th century and on board the starship USS Pisces. So we'll definitely check that out. Kobayashi Maru. Oh yeah. Now, this is a Kobayashi Maru. Is it Naru? It's not, is it? What's the real spelling? Is this just, because this looks like it's got nothing to do with what that is. Take the Kobayashi Maru and the job could be yours. Complete the 3 quests to succeed. Be warned though, a typing test it isn't. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It seems to be a graphic adventure game. So, yeah, Maru. Yeah, right. Which I don't know if Kobayashi Maru is something else that's not Star Trek, but this is Kobayashi Naru, like Naruto. Okay, here's another Kicks. Boom, exploding with the red and the blues. Last Duel, 100,000 pound giveaway, buy one, get one free. They've got all the deals going on. This is a top-down racing game where there's also shooting. Yeah. Last Duel. Okay. Laser Wheel. Boy, some of these are just, they... I think that there was like a Spectrum art guy, and he was really doing a lot of business. Let's see. This one doesn't really give you a lot of information. Keep the space highway open and clearing. 8 action-packed screens all at once. This is from the author of Trailblazer. Yeah, Laser Wheel. Up next is Level 5. This is... It looks like another kind of puzzle game. You're manipulating your environment, I think. It's very difficult. Some of these screenshots are so small. It's almost like they don't want you to see what the game actually is. Level 5. So were most of these games, guys, sold loose like this? Or did most of these games come in like a bigger package and then all that is left is the cassette itself? Here is Locomotion for the ZX Spectrum. If this is like the other game we played, it's you know, you got to build the track while the train's coming type game. So I love that. I will check that out. Mar Sport from Rebound Houston. So this is yeah. Just looks like a looks kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie to you. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be better than it looks. I could see, I mean, obviously from a stockist perspective, just having these, you know, you could put a ton of cassette tapes on a shelf and they don't take up a lot of room. So I could see just having the regular old plastic cassette box. Here's Master Chess from Mastertronics. It's a chess game. It's easy to use and challenging. It's got load save game facility. You can rearrange the board at any stage. And then in parentheses it says, cheat. Full move verification. Milk Race. Our second copy of Milk Race. Cycling 1,000 miles. Mission Omega. This looks crazy. Multi-screen, icon-driven race against time. Yeah, another bug bite piece of software. Okay, that's good to know, Z9K9. Thank you. And here is the last... No, I'm sorry. This is not the last Ninja, because he's not the last Ninja. This is just plain old Ninja. This is from USA Entertainment. It's from USA. That means it's good. It might not be from the USA. Let's see. It's from Mastertronic. I don't know what the USA Entertainment thing is, but this was definitely made in Great Britain because it says so. All right. Up next is Non-Turquoise 199 range Mastertronics. No graphics on the back, so no idea what that is. It's a guy getting blown up by a crazy looking ball. And then we got Octagon Squad. That looks crazy. I think this is some kind of a puzzle game. So, Octagon Squad. Very cool artwork, though. I don't know how well you guys can see that with the glare. Then there's On Cue, pool game. The imaginatively named Pi R Square. Can you find your way through the cogs of a mind's machinery? In this multi-level arcade game, you must search for the forgotten formula. Formula spelled cool guy British style. It's fast. It's maddening. It's addictive. 1988 release, Pi R Square. Power Pyramids is next. This is 128 screens of mind-bendingly convoluted landscape for you to guide your moving ball through. You got to activate all the power points in each of the pyramids. Get that docket signed. That's the last instruction given to you here. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks, Pix. And we got another copy of Advanced Ski Simulator. This is the infamous rumor that the Oliver twins took a expense-paid vacation to do research for Advanced Ski Simulator. I can't blame them. I'd do it. And the last bit in this batch, Pulse Warrior. Pulse Warrior. Pulse Warrior, an addictive mixture of strategy and tactics. It doesn't get much more detailed than that. It's a top-down affair, but it's uncertain what's going on. All right. We are running a little short on time here, so I'm going to leave S through Z for our next video, and I'm going to go straight to the big dog. Oh, come on, big dog. Oh my gosh, it's huge. It's massive. That's right, Pix. You gotta spend a lot of time in the lodge looking out that big window at skiers. It's very difficult to find, pictures or video of skiers. You have to be on the scene. Okay, this thing is huge. This is easily the biggest box that Amigos Studios has ever received in the post. I would put this thing, it's probably 3 feet long and a foot and a half across, maybe 2 feet across. No, 2 feet across. Okay. It's an actual dog. It's actually Roushie. He's mailed himself here and he's texting his Twitch messages on his phone. Oh yeah, Curtis. By tomorrow, every single one of these. Yeah, my next plan is to get my DivMMC Future up and running, and then it will be on. I plan on just rotating on Mondays and Saturdays. Those are my 2 big streaming days. Saturday is going to be more of a hardware stream. I've still got to do a lot of stuff with my Silicon Graphics machine and my Macs. And then Mondays will rotate between the Coco. But I'm still waiting on the guy to send me a quote for my composite mod and my SD card mod. I don't know if he's just forgotten or what, but it's irritating because I have my joystick adapters and I've got the Coco, but I've got nothing else. So anyway, the Coco for actual hardware has been put on the back burner, and the Specky has been put on the front burner because we've got tons and tons of stuff to look at here. All right, here we go. It's the big dog. Lots of newspaper. We got lots of German newspaper. It's quality. Okay. Item number 1 here. Okay. This looks like oh man. Could it be? It could be. It is. Ask and ye shall receive. A 128K Spectrum plus 2. I'm in, Pix. I'm in. I've got the special light gun port. I'm ready to go. Man, this is awesome. Spectrum plus 2. Now I can use the Div MMC with 128K games. So I can do everything with actual hardware. Woo! Okay. Thank you, Roushi. Thank you so much. I just ejected the tape. That's awesome. This is my favorite looking Spectrum. I mean, the rubber key Jones here is, I mean, it's iconic. Let's face facts. But the plus 2, because it's got the built-in tape drive, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Plus it's 128K, you know. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna SCART the heck out of this thing. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Coming up next, I've got another long item here. Oh man, oh man, oh man, I'm getting excited. I think I'm gonna hurl. This is awesome. I never thought I'd have one of these. I never thought I'd have one of these in a million years. I never thought I'd have one of these. CPC 464. This is the one. This is the one. Oh, man. You know, what's his name said a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And this thing is a thing of beauty. Everything about it just screams awesome. Thank you so much, Roushi. Thank you so much. It's got everything. Look at this. First of all, you can hold it like a boombox. Second of all, you've got your built-in hardware here, plus you got a little diagram, just in case. Numpad, bam. Okay. Arrow keys, copy key right in the middle. Then you got your full-on keyboard, the quote in the right place above the 2. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's even got a little LED for the on light. It's awesome. That's right. I'm going to be playing Pinball Dreams on everything all the time. This thing is long. I mean, it's long. It reminds me, it just reminds me of the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so cool. Thank you, Roushi. Okay. You know, I'm going to be there's going to be some, the way that we're going to shoot Amigos is going to change. Nothing about the show is going to change, but the way we're going to start shooting the podcast, the video is going to change. Because Aaron and I are actually going to end up facing each other across the table. That helps us in various ways, not the least it improves sound quality. But behind us is going to be a different background, and I'm thinking about just mounting these computers somehow on shelves on the wall. That will be a project probably that I will undertake over the Christmas holidays. So you will see all of these computers every week. Okay. But we're not done yet, guys. I guarantee you there aren't, Duncan. I guarantee you that's the only Amstrad in the state of West Virginia. Man, I don't know. This one's opaque. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Ooh. Okay. This is a PAL C64. I know it's a PAL C64, A, because it came from Roushi, and B, because it's got the pound sign. So now we can play all of the C64 tapes that he sent us last time at full speed, at higher or lower, proper speed, we should say. Ooh, PAL C64. Ultra awesome. Made in England. Man. All this stuff's made in England. Remember when we used to make things, guys? Fantastic. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to this band director convention. All I'm going to be thinking about the whole time I'm there is there's a Speccy 128 plus 2, a CPC, and a PAL C64 waiting for me here back in Amigos Studios. Okay. I'll just set this down here. All right, and I think that may be it for the big dog. And what a dog it was. It was the biggest dog. Thank you guys so much for being here, Roushi. I mean, thanks doesn't even come close. I mean, it's truly amazing what you've done. Aaron and I are just so grateful for all of this. I mean, you've basically you've given us a whole collection of software, and I want to thank everybody. I mean, Pixels, you've sent us stuff in the past. Everybody that sends us stuff, you know, now that we have the hardware, we're going to be getting this stuff going. You know, the worst thing that we can do is get all this stuff and just have it sit on the shelf. Now we've got a way to play all this stuff, and it's going to be great. It's going to be glorious. So yeah, Christmas came early for sure. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the monster unboxing for today. However, we still have some more cassettes, Spectrum cassettes to unwrap. So stay tuned. Probably sometime later on this week, we'll do one more and get those unboxed and talked about. And like I said, look forward to Mondays. Although tomorrow I'll be coming back late from my convention, so not tomorrow. But look forward to Saturdays, even when we don't have our big computer club. Saturday night is going to be my time. It's me time to play old computer games, to work on hardware, and so yeah. Make sure if you're not doing anything, feel free to tune in. So, in conclusion, as I look for my mouse, I would like to thank all you guys for being here with me. Roushi, of course, Barkbit, Curtis, Picard, Paul, Wishbone. Thank you guys so much for being here with me on the unboxing. This has been, I mean, we've had so many generous folks, and this is just one more example of how the Amigos community is they're the best. You guys are the best. That's it. Adios.